CPAC, an annual convention of conservatives, begins today, and the gang's all here. Ann Coulter, Michael Steele, Joe the Plumber, Rush Limbaugh. Can the conservative movement get its groove back in the wake of Bush Cheney? And who will lead the way? Are these the GOP's solution looking forward, or are they part of the problem? Here's Mike Pence, Congressman, Indiana, today at CPAC.
We keep hearing that Republicans have to come up with new ideas. We have to use new technology and take those ideas to voters who haven't been coming our way lately. Well, I say yes, of course. We have to offer positive alternatives. Yes, of course, we need to take our message to every community in America, regardless of race or creed or color. But more than anything else, let me be clear. We need to be willing to fight for freedom and free markets and traditional moral values.
Patricia Murphy was there today covering this for us, as is Mark Preston, who's joining us now. He's the CNN political editor. Patricia Murphy, of course, with CitizenJanePolitics.com. My thanks to both of you for being with us. Murph, let me begin with you. They're meeting on the very day when the President of the United States essentially is announcing that he will increase the taxes on the wealthy. What was the mood there? Patricia, you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Mark. The mood there was, I would describe it as frustration mixed with liberation. The group of conservatives, actually a very young group that they had there, a lot of college kids, very angry at their past leadership. They called George Bush, Karl Rove, Tom DeLay philosophically bankrupt. They think they've squandered the conservative brand. Now this group actually feels liberated by the departure of all those leaders. They think they can get back to basics, back to small government and low taxes, and start over from there.
That's interesting. Mark, who are the stars? And by the way, why wasn't Sarah Palin there? I mean, aren't these her people?
Well, Rick, you know, I just got off the phone with her spokesman. He tells me that she is very busy up in Alaska. She has a very hectic legislative session, but her supporters were there, Rick. They were really trying to drum up support for a potential bid for her to run in 2012. Another absence as well was Bobby Jindal. We just heard Rush Limbaugh talking about him before the break there. He's not there as well, and his office tells me, Rick, that in fact they receive a lot of invitations and they can't accept all of them. But the people that we should keep an eye on that were there and will be there: Mike Huckabee, Ron Paul, Mitt Romney, Tim Polente, Newt Gingrich, Jim DeMint. These are all potential 2012 presidential candidates, as well as this one, Rick. Rush Limbaugh, not a candidate in 2012, but he might be the biggest draw this
What about
weekend.
Joe the Plumber? I understand. Hey, Murph, I understand you went to a panel that he was on.
I did.
What was it like?
I went to the Joe the Plumber panel. He was extremely well received. It was a small group. He wasn't the main attraction. He did get a standing ovation, though. The panel was about bias in the media. He said that he felt very worried about supporting his family after he felt like he was attacked for not having a plumber's license. But he said that he kind of went back to his roots of Christianity and put himself back up, and now he's speaking out on common sense issues.
And what about El Rushbo? What about Rush Limbaugh? Is he of late the spiritual leader, the guru, the de facto leader of the conservative movement? And I understand he's speaking at CPAC for the first time this year. He's never been there.
Yeah, he's going to be there on Saturday, Rick, and he is going to be receiving an award. Again, he is probably considered the headliner of this three-day conference. You know something? He's not necessarily the de facto leader, but he's a very influential voice. He's very powerful. And you know something? He was very influential when it came to the stimulus. He really helped Republicans galvanize support against this huge spending bill that just passed.
Interesting stuff. My thanks to both of you for taking us through it. Mark, Murph, thank you.
Thanks.